Good afternoon. Today we're just going to get a little bit of a start on section 3.6. I don't think you're going to need a whole lot of explanation because we're just going to continue to do our regression equation problems where we take a list of data and we create equations that fit the data, and then we try to measure which type of model best fits the data, the information, right, by looking at that correlation coefficient. So if you want to run through an example with me just to kind of get the feel for a couple of these. Here's an example for a list of data. Doesn't even matter what it represents right now. And so we start by clearing out our lists from a previous problem. We enter the data in the table, so we go from 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, and 8. And then the second list, 1.6, 1.8, 1.9, 2.1, 2.3, 2.8, 3.6, 4.1, 4.8, 5.5, 6.5, and 7.8. So I won't waste a whole bunch of your time, but at least on this first one, I'm just going to remind everybody how to get to a scatter plot. So make sure your stat plot is on. Make sure your stat plot is on. Excuse me. And then go to your window and make sure your window is set up so that the values in our problem will be shown, and turn off any other equations that you may have. And so just a little miniature picture of what you guys will see when you do your stat plot would be something like the following. Looks just roughly something like that. So make sure you can still get a decent stat plot on your calculator. And then to get the different regression models, here I'm asking quadratic, exponential, and power. We just simply go back to stat, calculate, and then pick the appropriate model. So the first one I have up here is quadratic. And when we let the calculator do the work on that one, our equation should be y equals approximately 0.2 x squared minus 1.1 x plus 3.1. And again, to measure how good or bad our equation is, we use the r squared value whenever it's available. And here our r squared value should be 0.9972. One thing I would mention, some of you on both homework and tests will often forget the y equals. Please don't forget that part. We're actually asking you to create an equation for a parabola, a cubic, or whatever it might happen to be. And to have an actual parabola as an example, you need the y variable as well. Some of you just start off with equals and give me the rest of the equation, but remember the y. Okay, and then the other couple here, an exponential, of course we know what that is, has a variable in the exponent. And what you'll find on your calculator is EXP, and then REG for regression. So look for EXP, REG, and the exponential will get out. You see the format across the top is going to be approximately 0.68 times, and I'm going to use parentheses to keep the decimals kind of straight, 1.35 raised to the x power, right? And of course, the x in the power is what makes it an exponential. The measure of how good this one is, the r squared value this time is 0.9925, so 0.9925. And then the third one I ask you for on this problem is what's called a power model. And a power model is just going to be a function with a variable raised to a power But what the calculator has the ability to do is use not just powers of 2, 3, 4, 5 integer powers, we can also use decimal or fractional powers as well. So you can let your calculator try that. For power function, what you're looking for is the one that says PWR, PWR, REG. So that'll be our power regression. And that equation would be y is equal to 0.35. Again, I'm going to use some parentheses just so I don't get the decimal points mixed up. 0.35 times x. So notice x isn't in the power. X is just a regular variable now, number base, raised to the 1.4 power. Right? So again, what's different, what you're not used to, is having a power other than a counting number. So other than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here we have a decimal power. Okay? But we can once again measure how good or bad this is by looking at the r squared value. And here my r squared value is 0.9298. Okay? And so, of course, one of the questions we'll often ask then is which of the models is the best fit? And it's going to be the one with the largest r squared. And you can see the largest r squared belongs to the quadratic. So the quadratic then would be the best fit of these three, at least, of these three choices. That would be the best fit. And like usual, we'll often ask you to graph the equation through your scatter plot. And I know you guys can't see my calculator, but if I kind of show you what I'm seeing on my window, we end up with a parabola, at least on the window that I have, that looks approximately like that. Okay? And of course, an extension of this would also then be using the best fit model, make a prediction as to what happens in the future, and so on. Okay? All right. So hopefully all of that's feeling pretty familiar to you. Again, all we're really doing is just giving you some different models to play around with. Let's try another one. Take a photo for another set of data here, guys. And okay, so there's another set of data. And I don't want to get too carried away with these, but I'm just trying to get you the idea that we can have some different models. So here I'm asking you for a, a log model. So just for a little bit of, practice, I'm going to enter this relatively small set of data here. So it's only going to take me a couple minutes. So edit. All right, so the first list is 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. And the second is 3.16, 4.38, 5.24, 5.91, 8, 9.22, and 10.09. Okay, alrighty. Again, I could do a quick stat plot for you, just to kind of show you what's going on. I just have to check my table. The x's have to run from 2 through 20, so I'll go 0 through 25. Just make sure I get it all in. The y's go from 3s to 10s, so I'll just be boring and go 0 to 12, right? And my stat plot, just again roughly, would look something like this. Right, just roughly something like that. This time we're asking you for a log model. So if we go stat calculate, we have to go all the way down to the one that says ln. Let me write that down so everyone has it in front of them. So the log model, what you're looking for is the one that says ln reg. And when we select that one and we let our calculator do its thing, we get an equation. I'll get my pencil to work here. An equation that says y equals 1.07 plus 3. In fact, I'll go to the decimal point, 3.01 ln of x. And the r squared value, which again, like always, tells us relatively how good this is crazy right on. It's about as good as we can do. It's 0.9999. Right, so it's not going to be a surprise at all if I enter this in my calculator, ln of x, and graph it through my data points. The graph of this son of a gun just hits every single one of those. And I'm sure not a surprise since the r squared value was so darn high. Okay, so there's all kinds of different things we can do, all kinds of different problems we can use for with our calculators for the different types of models that we've talked about. Right, I would like to do one more, and then that'll be long enough for a video like this. But want to do one that's a logistics model. And so I'm going to take a photo of some data. It's a little fuzzy, but I think it'll work for everybody. Make that a little smaller. Oops, hit the wrong button. There we go. So make that a bit smaller. Okay, so we have this table of data. And so just to get started, I'm just going to blast through that part. And again, if you guys want to punch with me, feel free to just pause the video so that you can enter the values at your own pace. So I'm going to just go as quick as I can. So first 1 through 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is my first list. And then my second list is 3, 6, 10, 15, 20, 22, 24, 25, 26, and 27. For the last time here today, I'll make you sit through the stat plot. So clear that out of there and reset my window. The x's have to go from 1 through 10, so I'll go 0 through 11 or something. The y's have to go from 3 to 27, so I'll just make it easy and go 3 through 30. So the stat plot is going to, again, just roughly look something like this. Right, just roughly something like that. And then the model I'm asking you for here this time is called a logistics model. And so to find that in your calculate options, just have to bop down the list. And they don't abbreviate this one. You might expect them to use LOG, but I think the obvious confusion point there would be folks would think that's a log regression. So this one just simply says the entire word logistic. All right, so I picked that one. The equation's not going to be the nicest thing. My calculator's just taking a while. I wonder if my battery's low. Not sure. But, oh, there it went. And so my equation looks a little complicated if you're careful with where the division is, though. What we'd have is 14.93. Then we have a fraction line. And then in the bottom is a 1 plus an a value. Oh, and I grabbed the wrong C. Oh, I apologize, guys. I got to look better. I got to look closer, I should say. The numerator is the C. And on mine, the C value is 26.5. Sorry about that. I grabbed the wrong number. So the numerator was supposed to be 26.5, then divided by 1 plus the A value, which was the 14.9, times E raised to the negative B My B value is about 0.74. X value. Okay? And that's then the equation for the logistics model. Now, I'm not sure about your calculator. I wish I was there in person. My calculator does not offer me an R squared. Again, I have kind of the older version, so I'll be interested when I come back next week to see if your calculators give you the R squared value or not. But just for fun, this will be the last thing we do, button up this video. We'll then take our equation and put it into our calculator as a function, so it will graph it. So I have 26.5 divided by 1 plus 14.9 times e raised the negative 0.74x power. And let me see if I type that in okay. I think I did. And if I hit the old graph button, yep, you can tell I must have typed it in okay because it fits those points really, really well. Fits those points really, really well. Okay, and if you don't remember, a logistics function again starts off, let me choose a different color here, starts off looking like an exponential. So this part of it looks like an exponential. Looks like it's going to get very tall very fast. But what happens with the logistics model then is something happens to put a constraint on the function, and it ends up then flattening out. So it ends up flattening out. Okay? Alrighty. So again, I just wanted to make this short so that you have a chance to kind of go through a few more types of regression problems. So now for the rest of today, I just want you to work on the assignment, work on section 5 if you're still punching that one out. And then Monday we'll do a few more of these problems. We'll turn in section 5 and we'll continue moving along to get us ready for the quizzes Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Okay, so have a great weekend and we'll talk to you soon.